What are the common difficulties that BACS student encountered when they are speaking? Like, do they interchange the sounds of L and R, like instead of ruler?
Not more on the L and R, but in terms of speech, some of them, well, this is my third year, I believe. It's my third year, no, my fourth year in teaching. But every time my encounter from my very, very first batch of students, some of them, they really have this, we call it the P and F. They interchange the F and the P.
Yes, sir.
And they're having a hard time with the, I guess it's a pronunciation and enunciation.
Yes, sir.
Like a while ago, during my class, during our vocal warm-ups, like we would do, like they need to count, like to their for vocal projection. It's like they throw their voices like a bowling ball, and they need to count 1, 2, 3. And I always correct them with the way they pronounce 3. They say tree, but when you say tree, then it's a different thing. It's no longer the number. It's the puno.
Yeah. So, sir, do they have colloquial differences, like the bit word? They pronounce it as bed, like.
Yes, in terms of like shaping the vowels, most of them, like when you say the difference between a beat and bit.
Yes.
When they mean bit, they would say beat.
Sir, so the vowels lang, sir. So they don't have like sa Pampangueño, like they sometimes they
Yeah, okay. The accent, no, not much. But it's really the thick Filipino accent that they have.
Thank you, sir. Do they often pronounce silent vowels and consonants, like Bomberman? They pronounce it
Bomber?
Bomberman.
I don't have that case. Wala naman.
How about the answer, the chocolate? They pronounce it as
Well, some of them, I
chocolate.
never really encountered them saying words like that. But in general, some of the pronunciations are bad because they think and they speak in Tagalog, in Filipino.
Yes.
And even the way they speak English, they think Filipino first. So they translate it. So sometimes it's not helpful if you don't think in English and if you think in Filipino, because you have to, while speaking, they're actually translating it. But I have one encounter, like the word factory. She would say factory. And it's the first syllable, it doesn't sound good. It's factory. So this is a story. So she said, usually I ask them, what do you do? I always start my class with, okay, how are you today? Or what did you do last weekend? So I asked them to tell a story, to say something. So this girl said, okay, introduce yourself, sabi niya ganyan. Oh, no, it happened during my orientation. So I asked her, so tell me something about yourself. So I said, blah, blah, my name is like this, and I am a working student. So I go, oh yeah, so what's your work? I work in a factory. A what? A factory. Can you say factory? Factory. Can you say apple? Apple. Now say factory. Factory. Say factory. Pabrika po, sir.
So, sir, they have problems in proper stressing.
Sometimes the proper stress of the word, the pronunciation, I guess it's because they think in Filipino.
So,
and even yung in English nila, not all of them are proficient in English. That's why I encourage them. In fact, this is very timely kasi kanina sa class ko, I ask them a word. I always ask them. My first requirement sa kanila is to have a dictionary. So every now and then, if we encounter words, I ask them to give me the meaning. Like kanina I told them that for a certain type of an actor, this is something that I abhor. So I asked them, what is abhor? So I asked them to look for the dictionary. And we came across this, I asked them to react or observe a particular exercise. So I asked, what's your opinion about this exercise in this group? So one of my students said, too much ad-lib. So I asked him, what is ad-lib? From what word? So walang dictionary. So nag-sermon ulit ako. Sabi ko sa inyo, I told you, you need to have a dictionary. For an actor, and especially for a communication arts student, you should know the language, the English language. It's very important. Do I make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot.
Because I told them why English is important. Not only because in acting or communication student, but the reality, the reality in this world, especially in our country, English is very important because it is the language of money. And anywhere you go, because Filipino is actually a dead language. Not that I'm saying that Filipino is bad, it's a beautiful language, but it will not save your ass if you are lost in a foreign country.
So, in the drama class, sir, how about their intonations, speech and intonation, the proper high and lowness of the voice, sir. Example, when they are asking questions,
Are they
the
using proper intonation like
The proper intonation, I guess, in English, some of them, they do it correctly. But again, most of them, it's because they speak, again, that's the problem, because they think in Filipino. So sometimes the intonation that they do is not suitable for the English language. Example, like, hindi naman ganito talaga, pero explain ko lang kung paano. Halimbawa, like, kung bibili ka, kung pasanay ka, di ba? Pagbili, pag tinranslate mo sa English, may I buy? But see the intonation is still in Tagalog. Parang ganun yung nangyayari.
So, sir, for our last question, do they omit sounds like pants, nagiging pant, pits, nagiging pit na lang,
this is missing?
oh yeah,
Not much of that. Not much of that. But it's really sometimes the construction.
yes, sir.
Yung grammar talaga. Medyo yung construct medyo sablay. Yun.
Sir, so sa construction lang po ng sentence sila na-omit, pero po sa pronunciation, okay.
Hindi.
Okay.
Minsan lang na mispronounce, like yung teeth, they would say tit. Ano, a tit? That's it.
Thank you po, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you po, sir.
Oh, please.